Welcome to 2MinuteEnglish.com, teaching you English through 2-minute lessons.
In this lesson, we will learn the difference between the words advice and advise.
The word advice is a noun, and the word advise is a verb. Both refer to recommendations. Hello everyone. The topic of the day is advice. Advice is a noun. It is a recommendation. If we ask someone for an opinion about what to do, it means we are asking for advice.
That's right, Jean, and advise is a verb. When a person asks someone to suggest or recommend a solution or an option about what to do in a specific situation, they want someone to advise them of what to do.
Okay, Martha, if I have a headache, what do you advise?
Well, Jean, I advise taking an aspirin. In other words, you should take an aspirin.
That's great advice. Remember that advice is uncountable. We don't use an article. It's inappropriate to say an advice or two advices. We can, however, say a piece of advice or two pieces of advice.
Pay attention to the difference. We cannot give advise, but we can give advice. And we cannot advise, but we can advise.
Oh, so we give advice. And what verb do we use to say we accept the piece of advice?
Great question, Jean. The person can accept or follow someone's advice.
Okay. I usually follow my dad's advice about my career. Martha, do you know a common way people ask for advice?
Sure, Jean. When I need advice, I ask, what should I do?
That's what I say too. We can also say, what do you recommend? But there are many different ways to ask for advice.
That's correct. Right now, I advise our listeners to watch a couple of dialogues involving some people who need advice.
I think I'll follow your advice. And you should follow it too.
Hey Sam, how was your expedition to Himalaya?
It was unforgettable. It was full of amazing lifetime experiences.
Great! We will go for a trip to the Himalayas next week. Will you give me some advice?
Well, there's a lot to say. I can only advise you to read the Traveler's Guide to the Himalayas carefully.
That's useful advice, but where do I find the book?
I can give it to you. You will find everything you need in there.
Thank you, Sam. I'll pick it up in the evening.
The first thing I would advise is to listen carefully to your guides.
All right, Sam. I will listen to their advice carefully.
It is very important because they are the ones who are experienced.
How were your guides, Sam?
Our guides were intelligent and careful. They advised us through every situation we faced.
Thank you for the advice, Sam. I'll remember it.
If I have a headache, what do you advise?
I advise taking an aspirin. In other words, you should take an aspirin.
That's great advice. I usually follow my dad's advice about my career.
I can only advise you to read the Traveler's Guide to the Himalayas carefully.
That's useful advice, but where do I find the book?
The first thing I would advise is to listen carefully to your guides.
I will listen to their advice carefully.